So, Absolute Batman number 18 is out, and he had so much going on last issue, we gotta go over it. See, all of his friends have now separated. They've carved out their own parts of the city. The beginning of their supervillain careers is starting now, but Bruce is still trying to reach out, trying to show them that they're still friends, but they all hate him. All except for Waylon, who Bruce may have cured. All he's been able to see of his friend is shedded reptile skin. On top of all of this, Gordon seems to be dating his mother, and he's in the middle of fighting Absolute Poison Ivy. So it's time to find out if Bruce is gonna crack under all this pressure. His life is in pieces, and Batman is becoming more important to the city than ever. So, let's get into it. As we start with Bruce's mom, we pick up a little where we left off. See, last issue we found out at some point she was a part of the Court of the Owls. She was calling them, wanting to meet, and now she's in New Mexico going to meet them. But before she does, she has to leave Bruce a message. Bruce, it's Mom, honey. I'm not sure if this message will go through, but I'm going to be out of town for a bit. There are some things I need to take care of. Just know that you'll always be my little boy, and I love you. Don't ever change for anyone. You hear me? This world might shit. As her phone cuts out, and the court immediately drive up on her, making sure she still knows the code. We watch you at your hearth. We watch you in your bed. Speak not a whispered word of us, as she continues, or we'll send the Talon for your head. And once she passes her test, they bag her, throw her in the truck, and drive off. As we catch back up with Bruce facing off against Absolute Poison Ivy, and she says, "Come now, Batman, don't fight, there's no point." With Alfred in his ear, "Kid, the density of the spores up there. Bat cow comes off, you'll have moments before you're compromised. Your genetics will be hers to shape, then it won't come off. Now find me a weakness," as he bashes all these clones. And Alfred's warning him, "Look out, on your right, on your left," as he punches and slashes and stabs and cuts. And as Alfred continues to give him instructions, Bruce is not trying to hear that shit. "Weaknesses, Pennyworth, fuck, weaknesses!" And Bruce continues, "She's made of plant, animal, insect, bacteria. Which part has a vulnerability? I'm looking, kid, but if there's a soft spot in her, I'm not seeing it." As we get back to the origin of Absolute Poison Ivy. For those of you who don't remember, when she was trying to take her research out of the lab, someone locked her in and burned it. Burned everything. Burned her to cinders, except for one part. As she remembers, this is all that's left of her. That's what the doctors tell my mother. The chemical fire in the lab reached nearly 9,000 degrees, as hot as a young star. It's a miracle that anything at all survived, they say, and yet my heart appears perfectly intact. My mother asks if it's alive. They tell her no, but that's not true. I want to scream to her that I'm more alive inside this container than I've ever been. Connected to primal forces I don't understand yet, but can feel its colors, green and red and black. Poison Ivy is connected to all of these things. She is so damn powerful. As she continues, my mother turns to go, and in that moment, I hate the glass separating us more than I've ever hated anything. But not just the glass, the powerful men who put it there. The men who did this to me, all because I wanted to go further with my research, do more. But this is what they do. Those men, my enemies, our enemies, put walls everywhere, walls of every kind, dividing us from each other, from nature, from the truth. Dividing up everything, all for profit. Their own tiny private kingdom. I will get out. I will find a way. Ivy climbs the highest walls. As my mother walks away, I reach for her. I can see the black creeping through her. She will die this afternoon, sitting on the bench, waiting for the bus back to the hospice. No one will notice for almost 3 days. When the morgue thaws her out, parts of her fall off. Her fingers, her breasts, her nose, like rotted fruit. But now, in this moment, I reach and reach with everything I have, and suddenly, something new grows. Something that can't be heard anymore. As we get back to the fight. "Why are you fighting me, Batman? We're on the same side." As Bruce is still screaming for Alfred to tell him what the hell he can do about her. But she tells him, he's not here anymore. I'm afraid rare forms of bacteria can disrupt radio signals. Asking some bird calls, and even dolphin songs. All of which I'm emitting as we speak. No weaknesses, just strengths. You can be so much more too. You're halfway there. You just need to embrace it. As she becomes far more disgusting. As we catch up with the things Bruce was doing before he came to fight Absolute Poison Ivy. And he writes in his journal, "Don't, Bruce, don't accept it. Don't let yourself go there. That sound, the roar you keep hearing, echoing from in the tunnels, is him changing back, not becoming something worse." As time after time, he went to check on Waylon. And we catch up at the Iceberg Lounge as he continued to try and check up on Ozzy too, but those men that escorted him out, now they're beating him to a pulp. But still he says, "I'm going to keep banging on your door, Ozzy, every day until you talk to me." And he did the same with Eddie too, saying yet another riddle. "And the more I am given, the less I am worth. Come on, what am I? Eddie, please." He even gets bad news about Harvey. "What do you mean put on leave? life. As the man tells him, all I heard is hanging out with the Batman has them looking at debt differently, and all the folks he put away too. So even if Harvey wanted to go back to work, it looks like he's basically fired. As Bruce continues in his war journal, I got a message from Mom yesterday. I keep opening it, then hanging up before it starts. Deep down, I know I'm just saving it for when I need to hear it most. What's damn happening to me? Everything in Bruce's life is falling apart, and he hasn't even listened to the message we heard his mom give him at the beginning of the issue. And this all really helps us understand what's going on in Bruce's mind as he fights Absolute Poison Ivy, and she says, I'll take it all away, Batman, that soft part, that pain, slamming him into the ground. We're becoming one, you and me. I can feel how much you're hurting. Your mother, your friends, get out of my head! Slashing and burning her away. As she continues, no, join me. Be my knight. Together, we can beat them. Look at you, spines that stab like a cholla cactus, wings that slash like an ostrich, the will of a virus. Just breathe me in. As he cuts her little plant missiles apart, and as they explode, all I can do is spit and look right at her. Ha! The stubbornness of a cockroach. Alright then, I'll drag you into the light, one way or another. As we cut away from the fight to see where the Court of the Owls took Martha, as one of them says, you knew the rules about communication and the consequences for breaking them. So why, Martha? And she tells him because something is happening in Gotham right now, something that I believe was worth the risk. They are not trying to hear this. That's not your decision to make. You put us all in danger by reaching out. What gives you the right? This is how we've survived. Just because you're one of us, I wasn't just one of you. I was a Talon, the best Talon. You all know what I did for the court. That's what gives me the damn right. And maybe surviving was enough before, but the truth is, Batman changed that, as they make it pretty clear. Then you can blame Batman for what's about to happen. Martha Wayne wasn't just a Talon. She was the best Talon, out here dropping bodies in her youth. As we cut back to the battle, and Ivy says, this city is an ecosystem, a living thing. You introduce something new, something foreign, and now the city is reacting. But instead of going further, you try to hold it back. Even now, looking for that weapon, the screaming gun behind you, like the ones they use in that place to separate my cells. Stop denying what you want, as she stabs right through Batman multiple times. You wish to reshape things, just like I did. You blew the seeds across the city, but now you're afraid of what you've sown. Well, change is coming, whether you like it or not. As we get back to before the battle, and the people Alfred worked for are telling him, there's been a shift in plans, Agent Pennyworth, your new assignment. But he cuts him off. I'm looking at the bloody assignment, but why? I've been on Grim for over 5 years, and now he's here in Gotham, and suddenly you want me on, yes, on Batman. That's the target. And if I refuse, let's just say no more enjoying a mere sweet tea. As Harley calls for Alfred, and he wants to know how she's even there, as she tells him, I'm here to help with this whole Batman thing. We all are. We even catch up with Dick Grayson. Alright Dick, tomorrow you do something about him. We've been building up to Dick Grayson for multiple issues now. He really doesn't like what Batman is doing, and clearly he's about to try and get active. And we catch back up with Bruce too, as the other workers want to go to a bar with him. A bar that is now Bat themed, as he says in his journal. I smile. Tell them another time. I hope they can't see my fist shaking. I look at the sidewalk. They're 200 years old. As Ivy continues in his head, you can walk around with your head down, blind to it, writing in your little book, but it's happening, and they see it. Believe me, the ones whose plans you disrupted, the ones who hate change. The worst of them is here. Their leader, their horned king, looking down and smiling from somewhere high above us both. But Bruce continues in his book, getting more and more angry. It's still Gotham, damn it. Steel. Limestone. But she continues to break him down, standing over him. The tricks he plays, the deals and pacts and bargains, carving up the world with his minions. We have to stop him. I didn't think he could be stopped. All those years he kept me locked away, scrambled by those noise guns, pulled apart. But then one day, there you were, like some wild beast running naked through my biome. And I knew if I had the chance, I would join with you. Because Grim, he's coming for you, just like he came for me. Just like he comes for anything that threatens change. Isolates it, locks it away. He's making moves as we speak. I can feel it. Maybe if you were willing to evolve on your own, to become what's needed, you might be able to stop him, Batman. But you're not. Don't worry though, when I release these spores from this place, I'll make you something new. I'll make everyone new. We'll be strong. Beautiful, a new kingdom. And together, we'll stop him, and then we'll make that first wish come true. As Bruce struggles, stop! Don't do this! And we've gotten multiple stories and issues to show just how dangerous the Joker is, but even a being as powerful as Poison Ivy cannot stop thinking of how terrifying the Joker is. All of this is not only something she wants to do, but an effort to stop him. As we catch back up with Bruce, and he's finally lost his temper in the city. You heard me, bitch! I said Bruce, calm down! As Gordon has shown up, trying to get him to relax. He's here to talk to Bruce. But Bruce is not trying to hear this. No offense, but the last thing I want to talk about is you and my mom. but he makes it crystal damn clear to Bruce, it's not about your mom. She's a grown woman, I'm a grown man, and nature is nature, but this is about you, son. Me, Bruce. I know. What are you talking about? Know what? And he doesn't need to say a thing, looking right in Bruce's eyes. He knows Bruce is Batman, and all he can say is, oh, as he calms right down and Gordon offers him a seat. And of course he wants to know how Gordon knows, but it's hilarious because it's just common sense. Son, 6'9" and 400 pounds doesn't exactly blend in, and I did pull you out from a pile of bats one time. In all the issues of Absolute Batman I've read, I never thought of this. He's like the biggest person in the city. It's definitely hard to keep that secret identity, as he wants to know if his mother knows. Believe it or not, I don't think so. Her brain's engaged in some Olympic level gymnastics to avoid the obvious. Self-defense, I suppose. Are you here to tell me to stop? Do you want me to? Right now, I don't know. He's just getting so big, Mr. Gordon. I wanted Batman to affect the city, to shine a light on things, but I didn't. As Gordon cuts him off, expect him to become the light himself, the big old beacon in the sky. The things I'm up against too, it feels like to win I have to become something meaner, something darker. Yeah. Any advice? From me? Nope. No way. I'm just an old man in love with your mom, son. I'll give you the advice someone gave me when I was in a similar situation to yours. Someone much smarter than me. My daughter. As that daughter is here to save Bruce, cutting him down, and she says, she'll hear you. Stop struggling. I got you. Then as he's surprised to see her, she continues to whisper, you can thank me by swearing never to pull that shit again. Now SWAT is about to bust in with a dozen double augied up mucks, so we need to get out of here before she figures out your no. The spores. She's going to release them across the city. We have to destroy them, but do you have any explosives? No, but 2 flights down I saw there's no time. But if you can do what? What can you possibly do? And here I thought we could be allies, but I was wrong. Poison Ivy is done playing games. And we catch back up at the court, now holding a gun to Martha. I'm sorry, Martha. We really hoped you'd listen to reason. I'm happy to disappoint you then, because I always believed we owls were never supposed to listen to reason. That's enough. But she continues, no, it's not. We stood for something once, remember? We were the ones who fought back from the shadows against the rich and powerful. We were warriors fighting for a better world. Proud, wise, vicious owls. And yes, they crushed us. He crushed us. So now maybe we need to be something new, but not by hiding or changing who we are at our core. If that's what we're about, you might as well pull the trigger. And I get the feeling she's talking about the Joker. He's the one that crushed them. Because like Ivy said, he hates change. And it sounds like at one point, that's exactly what the court was fighting for. As we get back to the fight with Ivy, and she's rushing Batman, screaming. But he finally blasts her with this thing to separate her cells. And it drops her right to her knees. You think that gun can destroy me? No, but it shows me what I suspected. When you bonded with me earlier, I saw, Dr. Isley, you want me to evolve, but you haven't gone all the way yourself. What are you? Your heart. Last piece of your human self. You kept it. The only part of you not remade. I can see it right there. Destroy the spores or I'll destroy your heart. The sonic waves will disperse the cells. You could regrow it, but it wouldn't be that one. The one your mother held. Batman has found her true weakness. As fucked up as it is, he now knows how to win. As we catch back up with that conversation between him and Gordon, and he wants to know, what did Barbara say to him? As Gordon tells him, when I became mayor, I was terrified, Bruce. I had my plan, my agenda, but suddenly the whole city was looking to me to do so much more. To be more, and the critics, they kept attacking me for being too soft, too local, too much of a people person. I was all torn up. Maybe to become a good mayor, I had to forget all the hippy dippy stuff your dad and mom and I loved and become something tougher, colder, meaner. One night, Babs, she was 16 at the time, studying for a biology test. She found me on the balcony in my robe, staring out at the city. She said something to me. As Bruce holds that gun to Ivy, Ivy does climb, but it also clings. It holds on, Dr. Isley. You don't want to lose that last piece of yourself, do you? And Martha's telling the owls, we are better than this! And Gordon tells Bruce, Dad, a tree grows tallest when you care for its roots. This is what Babs told him. This is the only advice he has for Bruce. And now the SWAT have broken in, coming here to take care of Ivy. And Bruce gives her one more warning. Destroy the spores, Dr. Isley, now! And she finally concedes. Alright! And they all immediately blow up. Bruce saved the day. As Gordon finishes his advice, you have good roots, son. I know you'll make the right choice when the time comes. And Ivy is pissed. You fool! You could have saved everyone, everything, climbed so high, made it better. You've only doomed yourself. You're just small and terrestrial and weak and human. And with everything, Bruce is done. Yes, I have been. but not anymore. As Martha says, "What are you?" as Bruce, despite Ivy doing what he said, still destroys her heart. And as he shoots Ivy, we see an owl shooting at Martha. And Barbara tells Bruce, "SWAT is here, this way," as they evade the rest of the SWAT, and the SWAT are here to pick up the pieces of Ivy. And she screams, "I'll kill you, Batman, you monster!" And Barbara is not happy with Bruce. "Batman, what happened back there? You destroyed her heart anyway? Batman, you know, maybe you should take this back." She no longer wants to ally with something like this. As he said, she said to fight what's coming, I needed to evolve. I just took her advice. Maybe we all should. He doesn't take the helmet back, but he lets her know things are about to change. Bruce has finally made a decision. As we got a knock on the door, and Ozzy is pissed. "Bruce, how many times do I have to have your fucking ass kicked before you realize I don't want to be your— Oh, don't kick my ass, man. I'm just a delivery guy." Bruce is not here checking up on Ozzy anymore. Then Eddie, quietly in his own lab, looks at the front door and sees Bruce isn't checking up on him either. And that guy who was scraping off Harvey's sign from the door, Bruce isn't there either. He's also not there to check up on Waylon, who has, in fact, been cured. And he says, "Hello? Bruce, are you here? Bruce!" And this has got me wondering, is he fully human or is he going to be able to transform into Killer Croc if he loses control? We'll have to find that out on the next issue. With Bruce standing over looking at the city and he's listening to that message, but he doesn't even let it finish. "Bruce, it's Mom, honey, delete message." And it's so crazy because he was saving this message for when he needed to hear it most. She was telling him how much she loves him and how she never wants him to change. This is absolutely something he needed to hear because he has changed. He has become darker, meaner. We make jokes about how terrible Bruce's life is and all the things he's been going through. It looks like it's finally taken its toll. To protect the city, he's gonna become the Dark Knight, with this being the end of the issue. Now this I really liked. It's really shaking things up a bit, especially since we know the Robins are coming. I think this is the perfect time, because from what I remember, when Tim Drake showed up, it was because Bruce was becoming darker. He was going down a dark path and Tim showed him the light. Now obviously Tim isn't Bruce's first Robin, but this ain't the OG universe. I think this is a great time for Tim to show up and have Bruce become a better Batman before he turns into something he hates. But we'll just have to wait and see. Either way, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you on the next one.